pero no va a ser suficiente. No va a ser suficiente. Se viene el veneno. Se viene el veneno. Se viene la final. Luego vamos a las rocas. Coltonw se lleva la partida 3-0. Contundente.
Se da la mano increíble esta última partida. Parecía que Jigsaw la tenía un poco más a su favor cuando dejó la torre del rival a 800. Buenísima.
Ahí. Coge la copa, le tiran los confetis.
Sí, señor, celebrando
al suelo
con un casco
diciendo
todavía
I'm the
puesto.
king.
Con un casco todavía puesto, sigue su...
Hey guys, what's up? So, as you may have seen either on Twitch or in my thumbnail, I won Gamergy 2017 in Spain. So not only have I gotten to come to EU, but now I've, as the only American at the event, I took first place. So before we go into the replays, which I'm going to be showing the entire, all 4 playoff games, I suppose, all 4 top 16, my favorite games from each. I just want to give a bit of background. So if any of you watched the live stream, when I hosted up the trophy, I actually started crying. It wasn't because it was tears of joy, but if anyone has known my history as a Clash Royale player, King's Cup was my first big thing. Awesome opportunity, so glad it happened, but I took second place. And as a competitor, because I've always been a competitor, you don't want to lose. Even if you're getting, I got $10,000 and I got $6,700 for this. But still, it's like you want to leave it all out there, and you want to be the best player at the event. And it was kind of like a consistent thing. Like second place King's Cup, second place arena battles. My opponent happened to be too young to progress, but still, I got to progress. That was awesome. I got to go to arena battles, but CRNAO, I got second place. And I shouldn't have played him, but still, it's second place. Queso Cup, second place. And then CRCS, which is a team-based league, I lost in the finals, possibly costing our team the finals, and we got second place. So I've gotten second place. I've gotten first place in some leagues, some team events where I've done well, but I've never had the real like first place. And this was it. So if anyone caught it, if anyone saw it live, they will have the VODs uploaded for English, but it's already up for Spanish. Yeah, it was emotional. It was really hard to qualify. It was tough. I had lots of close battles, and at the end, when I made the finals, I wasn't gonna get second place again. I was tired of it, and I 3-0'd the finals against Jigsaw, a very good player, and I also picked really good matchups. I had some really good decks that I brought out that I hadn't shown for the rest of the tournament, and I prevailed. So that was really awesome. So let's go ahead and get into my first matchup against Z-Temper. Actually, the closest match, 3-2 win. Yeah, closest. So this first match, I did a good job. I hadn't played Giant the entire tournament. He brought Expo. Giant, pretty much you just play it near the tower, block the Expo, poison them out. That's how I won that game. Second game, let's watch this because I don't remember. Okay, so what I do every single game is I like blast music backstage in my ears and just like dance around. Everyone else is kind of looking at me like I'm weird, but it gets me in the zone. I focus only on myself and my gameplay, and it makes me play better. And that's what I did every single game. And so this is kind of like a spell-bait battle ram deck. Unfortunately, he has poison and logs, so not the best matchup, but I want to say this game was actually relatively close. But yeah, Z-Temper, I got matched up against one of the best players in the first round. Partially my fault for not doing better in the qualifying round and getting seeded higher. But Z-Temper, so hard. It was so intense, and I was so hyped when I beat him. And I'll be seeing him again this weekend at ESWC. Okay, so this is really smart. I don't have any... I messed up my rotation. I never had Dark Goblin available for Graveyard. That was my biggest issue. But I did a really smart thing in that I knew my tower was going to die and I couldn't defend it, so I rushed the other lane instead, and I kind of equalized the game. And then I knew that Poison could finish out his tower, so I start pressuring the right side. And I actually get a bandit connection here. I played that so well. Like, that was really smart by me. Sometimes you should do that. You should go opposite lane, or fireball him out rather. Sometimes you should just let your tower go and take the opposite tower. My one mistake was I let I didn't use all I needed was a single troop to kill the skeletons off, so that my king tower wasn't so low. If I had simply killed some of the skeletons and not had my king tower so low, I would have won this game. I could have pressured a little bit more, and I would have been able to finish out the game. But unfortunately, as you can see, my king tower is so low. He does a phenomenal job defending, and I believe he gets me with this graveyard. My tombstone wasn't quite enough. The Electro Whiz locks on. I wasn't fast enough. And he is now able to rotate and to spell me out, and I narrowly missed that game. But Z-Temper played it well, but I could have won that game, so that was kind of heartbreaking. But the thing you got to do, and the thing I did at the tournaments was, no matter what, I forgot the last game. Like I was so focused. I knew the elixir count. I knew everything during the match, and I did my absolute best to play my best. Once it's over, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. You have to go to the next one. So that was my mentality. And here, this P.E.K.K.A deck was one of the ones that I saw throughout the tournament, and I instantly picked it up. This is actually I had only just seen it, and I had never practiced it, but I brought it out on stage. I think that's one of my strengths as a player is I've played almost everything, so I can pick up a deck if it's strong and if I know how it works, which typically if I pick you up a deck, I've either seen it in play or I just know how to use it. So, and Battle Ram, Night Witch, very strong, Bandit, all those. I'm really good with that combo, so any deck that uses it in this meta, I think it gives me a good chance to win. And I know how to counter it too, and I don't have to use it. It just depends on the player I'm playing, what I think they, what they've been using throughout the day, what I think my matchups will likely be. And so I was able to get a pretty decent matchup here. I wouldn't say he has Rocket for. This is an even matchup actually, but I think I'm really good at getting. My bandits were MVP of the tournament, man. I had so many bandit connections, but it's all about setting it up correctly with like baiting out counters, and then also just if you can get bandit to like hit a Night Witch, for example, right as it dies, once the dash hits it, it'll instantly kill the Night Witch and then dash to the tower without giving them time to react. Just things like that are what really helped me win this tournament. So I got some really good connections this game, and then this is. So the reason I didn't log instantly, because that's what he wanted me to do. I saw the Goblin Bear was going to go long, and you can do that by looking at the shadow. So I killed the Dark Goblin with my Night Witch, and then I waited and I logged the Goblin Barrel. So well played by me there. You at these live events, you have to make sure you don't make mistakes. So that's why I was focused. I didn't get jittery. I didn't start doing stuff that would cost me the game like that. So. And now I know that all I have to do is defend, and then I'll be able to poison out for the win. So I played that really well. It's kind of crazy. When I get in this like zone where I'm really focused, I play a lot better than I do on stream, or even just playing grand challenges, because nothing else matters with the game. So I make very minimal mistakes, and that was really good. Alright, so let's go to this game. This is a loss. I think it's good to show my losses, but I don't want to make this too long. I know you guys don't want to watch an hour long of me going over my matches. So let's just 4 times this. I really liked this Minion Horde deck. I didn't get to use it as much in the finals as I had earlier in the tournament, but that's just the case sometimes. That was actually really good by me. A good fireball there. I threw this game. I remember now. I was so upset when I lost this game, because this was the game that tied it up 2-2, and I thought I had just thrown my chances at the victory because I was up 2-1. Yeah. So I take the tower. I'm defending pretty great right here. I will say this push is really powerful for him. I think my fireball was pretty bad there. Oh, I remember what happens now. This is heartbreaking. Okay. So Battle Ram blocks the P.E.K.K.A swing. Okay, so P.E.K.K.A is about to hit it for the last time to kill it. The barbs will pop out, and the barbs will distract it. I wanted to retarget the baby dragon, but if I had waited just half a second longer, the P.E.K.K.A would have been distracted as well, and I don't think he would have finished off my tower. Instead, the Battle Ram keeps on going, and P.E.K.K.A gets a swing off. So that was really unfortunate, but it was just a matter of like half a second timing. I wanted to save my tower. I should have been able to defend that game, but I wasn't. And one thing this deck that I use, he stole it from me. It's just so good if you can get an elixir lead at just putting a P.E.K.K.A. down, especially in this meta to where we developed to where people weren't using Inferno Towers against like P.E.K.K.A.s. We were using Tombstones for the Battle Ram and Bandits to where if you build up a Deathball push, you just can't be stopped. And he did a beautiful job of it, taking the deck that I had used and beating me with it. And right here, my thought process is, okay, if he wants to use my deck, then bring it. 1v, like straight mirror match, you do your best, and I think I can beat you. But instead, he went with Graveyard, and this match was pretty intense. So the thought process you have when versing Graveyard is to pump the opposite lane, and then just to survive so you can get this elixir lead. I was able to get the first pump off, that's really big. I was able to get a second pump off. I got really good poison value there. And now my P.E.K.K.A. is still alive, and I'm able to instantly pressure. Yes. Okay, so the big thing there, even though I didn't get any hits off, I knew that he had to over-defend so hard that even once I have a P.E.K.K.A. on the field, I'm even in elixir. So instead of pumping up again while my P.E.K.K.A. is on the field, I know that I'm so far ahead that all I have to do is just throw everything at him. And that's what I do. And I'm able to nearly take his tower. He defended very admirably. Anyway, I knew that all I had to do at that point was keep up the pressure, not allow him, and then that wasn't supposed to be BM. I played the pump because I didn't want anything to get to my side of the bridge. But yeah, that was game 5, and that's my toughest opponent, Z-Temper, in the first round. Very good player, very good player, and I was able to pull that out. So next up, let's go, Jose. The second match wasn't very close, even though it was 2-1. Let's quickly go over this one. This is a mirror match. Okay, so guys, and this is something that I'm surprised he didn't realize, but you cannot start pump first in this meta. See how I'm already hovering Battle Ram because I know that he plays some pump decks, including this and 3 Muskies. If you pump first, it doesn't matter what card you have in hand. If your opponent's good, they know how to use Battle Ram, they use Night Witch, they go to Bandit, they will take your tower every single time, and that's something that Vietnam taught me in Serial Worlds. Like, you can't do it. And here he does his best to defend, but instead he loses his tower because I know how to punish, and then Bandit goes down, and I even get some of his pump. And that just means, despite the mirror match, and I let that go through because I know that I can get an elixir lead. So even though I took half my tower's HP, I was nodding my head up and down like, yes, that's good. Sometimes you should take damage, even though that was quite a bit of damage. I effectively got a +4 elixir trade because I defended Baby Dragon I defended Battle Ram with Baby Dragon, killed the Battle Ram. Baby Dragon he has to play his own Baby Dragon, and then I play a P.E.K.K.A. that would have been effective either way. So it's basically +4 for me. And I've got a pump up. I've got a P.E.K.K.A. on the field. I'm essentially slightly up in elixir, but I still have a tower up. And with my Night Witch backing up my P.E.K.K.A., I'm able to push through there. Bandit goes through, Night Witch bats stack up, and now he has nothing but his King Tower. I still have a pump going, and at this point, not only do I win the mirror match, I 3-crown him in a mirror match, and I was really proud of that game. So that was against Jose. So the first round, he's Z-Temper is Giants Gaming. Everyone I play in here is on a esports or professional team. Giants Gaming. Jose is from Mookalash. My third opponent is from Mookalash as well, Interlol. And then my fourth opponent in the finals is from Nova, and that is Jigsaw. Jigsaw's awesome. We hung out with him most of the time. I want to say I just pumped up this game mostly, right? So yeah, so he tried to copy me with that combo at the start, but the difference is I didn't pump. I waited for him to push first, and now he's having to use this push. So the Battle Ram Night Witch Bandit is the ideal push, but instead he ends up having this ineffective push because I didn't pump to start the game, so I was able to defend his Battle Ram. And then he Bandit in front of a Night Witch, not the greatest push. Battle Ram's more tanky, and I'm able to defend that pretty effectively. And then now the game's over. I'm pumped up twice. He's so far behind. He tried to do what I did in that last game, but I didn't pump to start the game because I knew that was a bad idea. And now, even with Inferno Dragon, with my P.E.K.K.A., the elixir lead is too high, And even though the game is far from over at that point, once that start was over, and he does a pretty good job of trying to pressure the opposite side, I knew the game was over. I knew my elixir lead was too great. I nearly took a second tower at the end there, and that was the second round. I won that 3-0, but okay, so I had a really good deck choice here. I knew that Interlull really liked Lava Hound, so I put Inferno Dragon in my Battle Ram deck, but I made a heartbreaking mistake. I won 3-1, but I made a heartbreaking mistake in the first game. I was playing it great, I thought, but let's go ahead and go through here. So Night Witch does a pretty good job of dealing with Lava Hound as well, but I get my Inferno Dragon down. She's making her way to the tower. I'm getting a counter push out of it. He defends that brilliantly, by the way. That was really well defended by him, but I knew at this point that I could still manage to win. I start split pushing the opposite side to get some damage down. I did a pretty good job there, and I negated most damage. I am behind the elixir, but I have an Inferno Dragon counter pushing, which makes him have to play a Battle Ram of defense, and then I get another Bandit charge on the opposite side, some Night Witch damage as well, defending pretty well. And then here's what cost me. So for some reason, I tunnel vision too hard on wanting to use my elixir lead to take the tower. I should have fireballed this Mega Minion, and I still would have been able to get back to Bandit, and instead I went on offense, and all I had to do was defend and I would have won. But it cost me the game. That Mega Minion took my entire tower down. And second game, I played the matchup correctly, and then he switched. And then this game, I took Fireball. Actually, oh my god, this game was intense. I remember this now. Okay, so yeah, this is the semifinals, the top 4, by the way. So I get a decent push off to the start, but so does he. I meant to Fireball after the Battle Ram exploded, but I did it just a little bit early. And right from the start of the game, it looks like I've lost. It looks like I'm going to lose. He gets a pump up. He's ahead in elixir. He's ahead in a tower. But one thing that has always been a stubborn trait of mine is I don't give up, even when it looks like the game is completely and utterly lost. I've done it in tennis, and I do it now in Clash Royale. So I told myself, keep playing. Anything can happen, and I was able to push through with my P.E.K.K.A. there. He gives up his tower because he thinks he can 3-crown me, but I get a pretty good fireball, and my P.E.K.K.A. pushes through. My Bandit pushed through, and I'm able to 3-crown him before he 3-crowns me, and it was only like a second difference there. That was insane. Sorry that I went a little bit fast there, but yeah, intense. I blew up after the game was over. Amazing victory. I was so happy. That was awesome. And in this third game, I played P.E.K.K.A. again, because basically P.E.K.K.A. Fireball counters like all of his decks, aside from maybe the Lava Hound. But I had a really gut feeling that he wouldn't play Lava Hound again after he had lost to it the second time. I think he thought I was going to switch back. But even if he had run Lava Hound, look, I put an Inferno Dragon in my P.E.K.K.A. deck, so I kind of countered all of his decks. And Expo, I have 2 tanks, and I effectively won that matchup. So, all right, I don't think there's much to show in this first match of the finals versus Jigsaw. I took a deck with 3 spells that I took from CMC and CCGS, and I knew that Spellbait was one of his favorite decks, and I got the good matchup. Also, if he would have played Graveyard, I actually took the Mega Minion out of the deck and put in Archers, so I countered 2 of his decks really effectively. If he had gone Giant, it may have been tough, but I really felt like those are his 2 favorite decks, and that's what he ran. And then this matchup, I'll show it. If any of you have seen me playing King's Cup, this is basically the same thing. I kind of messed up at the beginning, but Golem, just go down the same lane. Bigger beatdown always wins, as you heard me tell before. Go down the same lane, keep up the pressure once it gets late game, and you just overpower them. And Yao Yao did it to me in King's Cup when I was playing Giant. I get the early damage, but then Golem just kills you. As long as your tower survives those first pushes, it just kills you. And I'm waiting till double elixir because I have Golem, and I hadn't played Golem the entire tournament, so this is a surprise deck that I prepared for Jigsaw. And to start the game off, so my mistake here was it's double elixir. I don't need to start the Golem in the back. I should have started in front of my Crown Tower, not giving him enough time to push. Especially since he played before me, which is what I wanted. He was forced to go down that right side lane instead of going left side like he wants to, opposite lane push. So that was my biggest mistake, was that I overcommitted on that Golem, and I took a lot of damage in that first push. and then I messed up my log as well. But I knew at this point that I was still okay. Giant gets 3 hits off, and those are my mistakes. It's really, no, really, it was just that first goal and placement almost cost me the game. But I knew once I defended that second Giant, and once I was getting positive elixir traits from so many support troops, because he overcommitted. He tried to push through, use all of his spells to get the deck. That was his home run shot. Now I have the support troops stacked up. He doesn't. And now all I have to do is do what Yao Yao did to me, except I'm Yao Yao this time. You stack it up, you play the golem really offensively over and over again, and you just overpower your opponent, and I take the win. As I was playing this game, I was like, I'm Yao Yao now. Just that matchup anyway. And we're able to take the victory. Okay, and finally, the final game, Jigsaw played this really well. I was pretty proud of myself for being able to take the win as well. But yeah, so it's kind of the same concept as before. The graveyard, I tried to pump, I just need to survive. Played the bandit a little bit early, took a little bit more damage than I wanted to in the graveyard as well. Baby Dragon gets an extra shot. Not perfect gameplay by me, but conceptually I did the right thing. Like pumped up, take some damage. Here, okay, here I was actually really happy. So even though I lost my tower, what happened was I got another pump down, and it would have been an overcommitment to poison it there. So I'm able to start a really big push here, use my elixir lead to my advantage. P.E.K.K.A does so much work, and then P.E.K.K.A gets, I think, a single hit off there, and then Bandit connects. That was really nice. I'll slow down this a little bit. And then now at this point, I know that I don't even need Battle Ram to connect. I just need to get some value poisons so that he doesn't get too big of an elixir lead. I just need to get some damage, and that's what I'm doing right here. And I know that I can poison his tower out. 240 is the damage poison does on a full duration to a tower. So I know that all I have to do is poison one more time, and I'll be able to take the tower. He expertly pushes knowing that tower is going to die. Honestly, I maybe didn't even need the poison because I had so many troops surviving. So the poison may have been an overcommitment by me. But I was really proud of this play right here. So I defend with Battle Ram, it's all I could, to block the Night Witch and her bats. And then I play Log to get rid of almost all the skeletons. King Tower is doing an amazing job right here. And there's nothing else I can do here. Baby Dragon would have been too late. I just have to take the damage and hope that I survive. And I do. And that was great. And now I'm starting to P.E.K.K.A slightly in front of the Crown Tower so that I can block any impending attacks he has, making him defend. And now I know it's time. I need to get a Night Witch down. I need to get those bats stacking up. I need to get a value poison. And I need to pressure him really hard because if he goes on offense again with Graveyard, he's going to get damage. So that's what I do. I keep up the pressure. I go really hard here. And he defends it awesome. Like he did such a good job defending there. As you can see, I'm significantly behind here. But what I do is I pressure him. I attack his troops at the bridge so that they're not able to tank for the graveyard. If he had played Baby Dragon in the middle there, that would have been fine with me because I had started stacking up bats. I take out that bowler, and then I get my Baby Dragon down and to defend the graveyard, and I survive. And since he overcommitted spending elixir on offense, my defending troops are now going to counter push, and he's low on elixir because of what he just did. He uses the tornado. I use it to my advantage, pulling my Battle Ram closer to the tower. And then I use that to get a bandit. He plays a beautiful bowler that blocks the damage that would have otherwise lost him the game. And once again, I need to stop that bowler from getting to the tower. He has his last push here with a graveyard. He has this Night Witch. Look how close these bats are to getting to the tower. And I was so scared they were going to. I get my Night Witch down just in time, blocking both of them. And I survive his final push. And my bandit luckily went back to the bowler. I think I still would have won with the Baby Dragon before the bowler getting the shot off. But I was able to take the win. And that's how I won $6,700. I played really, really well. I've never been happier with my play. I made very little mistakes. I played the matchups exactly how I envisioned it beforehand. I picked great decks. For my opponents, having seen them all play, I scouted all of them. My Team Queso did an amazing job of supporting me. My teammates were awesome. As you saw, I was crying. My teammates were all hugging me and awesome. They lifted me up. huge shout out to Orange Juice for coming, and he freaking ran out of the broadcast boost and picked me up. He's not just an awesome YouTuber. He doesn't just create the best content on YouTube. He's, ever since King's Cup and I met him, he's one of my best friends. He helped me with YouTube. He talks to me in person. He's an awesome person. He's really funny. And I'm really proud to have had him to help me along my path here. Sorry if you can hear my computer. I'm doing this on my laptop. I'm still in Madrid. We're leaving for ESWC tomorrow. Oh, and the computer panicked me a little bit there. Sorry if I'm all over the place. But thank you guys for the support. This is really special for me because every time when I didn't qualify for CCGS, I felt like I had failed you guys, because you come to me for my content to see a good player show you how to play the game. And if I'm not continuously proving that I'm one of the best players in the world, I don't feel like you have a reason to watch my content over other players or over other good content creators. So I know that's kind of silly, and I'm sure you guys will support me either way, because I know I'm pretty good, but I feel like I need to prove myself, and with all those second place finishes, it was starting to like weigh on me. Yeah, so just thank you for the continued support. Sorry if it's too emotional, but yeah, I'll try to keep that down in the future. And thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you for everything, and I promise I'm gonna start producing content more frequently this summer, and I'll show you that I deserve your sub. So thank you, and I'll see you guys later.